SNCP-SELI, an Italian tunnel boring company, and SNC-Lavalin, Canadian company from Quebec, brought to Canada 36 temporary foreign workers, very skilled workers, underground construction miners and support workers, to drive the tunnel, that means build the tunnel, for the RAV line, the Canada line that's now operating now from Vancouver to the airport. So they were brought to the country to build and drive the tunnel. So what did our union do? Our union, as we do in many cases, does our best to represent and organize the workers. So that's what we did in 2006. Why did we have the press conference in May of 2006? Because during our organizing efforts, and we were successful in June 2006, we found out that the workers, most of them were paid less than minimum wages in British Columbia. Some were paid less than $4 an hour. It sends the message right across Canada. The companies cannot bring their international compensation practices to British Columbia. If in doing so, it's discrimination based on place of origin. So if workers are properly brought here from another country, it's irrelevant what they make on another like job somewhere else in the world. They have to be paid appropriately within British Columbia, especially when they're compared to other workers on the same job. That's the significance of it, and it does have historical importance across Canada.
The Latin Americans and Europeans were brought in because they had these highly specialized skills to operate this piece of equipment underground. The Canadians they employed on the project were mostly general laborers that were working above ground that didn't have those types of skills. So they weren't really comparable. So the only working group that they were comparable to were Europeans that they were working alongside on the tunnel boring equipment underground.
Available work needs to go to Canadians first, and Canadians need to be skilled up in order to do the work. But beyond that, there will be need, no doubt about it, there will be need for temporary foreign workers. So there has to be a real shortage determined, and that's where unions should be involved to determine whether there is a real shortage, like there was for the RAV line. These fellows were properly brought here. There was a need for them to do this underground work. Now, if there's a real shortage, the next issue is they need to be properly brought here, not by brokers, not by companies that may exploit them. And then once they're here, they need to be paid a full Canadian wage and benefit standard. And there needs to be enforcement of that by the federal and provincial government. And the last point is there needs to be a path towards Canadian citizenship. Because these fellas did a tremendous job on the Canada line, and now all but one have left the country. Why? Because they can't become Canadian citizens under the temporary foreign worker program, and that's a shame. That's a shame. We need skilled workers in certain capacities like this one. It would have been nice if they could have legally stayed and continued to build our province, albeit paid properly in doing so.
They destroyed Cambia Street. Let's say that the other workers were there, they got top paid. We work under the water, under the city, we got nothing. Doing one of the most difficult situations for that kind of line. We sleep there throughout the Christmas time, New Year's, because the machine couldn't stop because it was under the big building under Granville Street or whatever. And as today, many people ride the SkyTrain, never even thinks, and even I ride it myself. You can see how people just coming in and out. They don't even think of what happened, right? But now I can finally pass there, feel myself, and talk to the other guys, co-workers, and let the people know that finally justice got been done.